and welcome to Shelly's Silly Stuff. So, ooh, I thought I got everything off my mat. Okay, so today we're going to do a little quick crochet video. So, today we're going to be making little scrubbies, okay? My aunt and uncle that live in Oklahoma, they used to live out here in Vegas, and my aunt, she used to buy these off of a lady in town here when they lived in Vegas, but I guess she doesn't live here anymore, so she asked me if I can make some for her. So I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that. So I left my stack out there. I tried different ways and stuff like that. I knew what materials to use, but I think this was the best way to make it because there's some cushion there. Plus you have the scrubby side and then this regular side. So the materials we're going to need today, obviously, scissors. We're also going to need a 5mm hook. I don't know what this 8.0 is on this hook. But, hey, got off Temu. Can't complain. But a 5mm hook. We are going to use 100% cotton yarn. Sorry, I tore the label. It's Loops and Threads Classic Cotton. And it is a medium weight, so a 4. And even on here it says use a 5mm, which is normally a H8. Oh, so that's what that 8 is for. Instead of the letter, it uses the number. Okay. I learned something new. So, we're going to use this. I got this in bright orange. I also have a hot pink and a purple. So, because I asked her if she had a color preference, she said no. So I said, okay, cool. I got bright colors. Okay. So, again, this is Loops and Threads Classic Cotton. Okay, it's a 4 weight. And then, the actual scrubby side, it is, but let me go ahead and tear this one too so you can see it. It's Lion Brand Stitch Soak Scrub. It's 100% nylon. It is, again, a 4 weight medium. And it also uses a 5mm hook. Okay? So, it doesn't take a whole lot to make these. Because I've already made 2 of these. And I still have all this. It looks like I barely touched the skeins. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the cotton. Get things situated here. Okay. We're going to start with cotton. Woohoo! And not throw it everywhere. That would be a plus. Thank you. Okay. Now, get that out of the way. And of course, we got Meryl and her sibling. We still haven't named the sibling over here. But they're going to watch. So, obviously, we're going to start with our little loop here. Wait, I think I made it the wrong way. There we go. Beep. Got a little hook, or hoop. So what I'm going to do is I'll explain to you what we need to do, and I'm going to fast forward through it, the longer parts, okay? So that way we can get through it, but you can still see everything that's being done. And I will admit, when working with the nylon, the scrubby stuff, there is a good chance your hook is going to slip out and you'll have to redo a stitch. I couldn't tell you how many times I do it. And just in the rows for the scrubby part, that was it. I mean, it's mostly the cotton. We only have one section of the scrubby. So to start, we got our little loop on our hook. We're going to do 16 chains. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And where did this black thread come from? You go over here. Go into the bin. Okay. And then what you're going to do is, so this project, all it really has is single crochets throughout the whole thing. It's just a matter of, how many rows, how many stitches, that kind of stuff. So it's super easy. I'll do 3 of the single crochets on here, and I'm going to fast forward through it, okay? And I'll explain to you like how many rows and stuff like that. So you're going to take your hook, you're going to put it into the second chain away from your hook. Let me tighten up that loop a little bit. There we go. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. 1, 2. Okay? And then go into the next chain. Same thing. Yarn over 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Boop, there. And then third time. Okay. So, ooh, I gotta turn my fan on. But basically what we're gonna do, we want to end up having 20 rows of the single crochets. Okay? So at this point is when we're gonna start fast forwarding.
Got a spark of inspiration, time for some happy creation, picking up the glue and thread for all the fun ideas in my head. It's Shelley's silly stuff, you can never have enough. Yeah, it's Shelley's silly stuff.
Okay, so we have our first 10 rows completed. Okay, so you can kind of get a rough idea of how big your sponge or your scrubby is going to be. Now, because you got to consider this is going to be the edge stitching, and then plus you have other words, Shelley, words. You're going to have the other 10 rows of this folded into here. So, because basically we're going to make it so it's like one big long piece. We're going to tri-fold it and then stitch up the edges, okay? I'm going to take a little quick break, but it's not going to be much of a break for you because it's only going to be like a blink of an eye. But we'll be back. I'm going to do the next 10 and then I'll explain the next step. Now, when you finish your 20, do not cut off the yarn, okay? Don't tie it off. Don't do any of that. Leave your little loop there. Don't do the chain to start the row coming back. You're going to leave it just like that when you hit row 20, okay? So I'm going to take my break. I'll be right back. Okay, so we now have our 20 rows of the cotton. Now remember, I said do not cut this off. We're going to leave this attached, okay? So what we're going to do, I'm going to move this off to the side here. We're going to get our nylon. Now the nylon, we're going to do just 10 rows. Now, like I said, your hook can slip with this and all that fun stuff, but I'm going to at least show you how to get it started, okay? I'm not going to do the tie loop like to start a new project. I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to put my hook back into the project here. Okay. I'm going to make sure I have a decent little tail here. Put on the hook, pull it through, and then we're going to tighten that up and make sure, well, we can always tighten it up with the other side there. Okay, so now we are going to tie the nylon to the cotton. Okay, so that way we make sure the nylon isn't going to go anywhere. So there's one. Okay, nylon, stay, quit slipping. Get in there, and then pull. Okay, there we go. So we got it tied together there. And how did I do this? There we go. Wait. Okay. So I went to start editing, and I realized it did not record me doing the stitches or the outside, because I just hit record and I just kept going. And yeah, so I know it caught me tying the nylon to the cotton. I think that's where it cut off. So basically you're going to do 10 rows of the 15 single crochet stitches. 10 rows of the 15 single crochet stitches in the nylon. And usually if you kind of pull and separate, I mean, it's more obvious on here since it's completed, but you can see the spaces, so you can count how many stitches, how many rows you have. And then what you do, I feel horrible doing it like this, man, but you fold it into thirds, and basically where the row of stitches where the nylon and the cotton meet up in the big panel that you make, that's going to be one edge. And then you fold the other one over to kind of match up with it. And then you start doing single crochets all the way around. Now in the corners here, you're going to do 3 single crochets into the same area. Okay. That's what gives it its nice rounded out look. Okay. You do that all the way around. And then you go ahead and tie it off. So see, mine ended here. Go ahead, tie it off, and take your crochet hook. Let me pull this back out again. See, I thought it recorded all this so you could see it. I'm mad. I'm big mad. I can't be mad at anybody except my phone. Hopefully I'm going to get a new phone soon. Okay, so you pull that in. Now, sometimes I'll go ahead and pull it till it comes out. I mean, ideally, you do not want it sticking out in the middle like that. Looks a little odd. So then you just go ahead and tuck it back in. Now, the only reason I pull it out that far, I'll pull it out just to tuck it back in, is to make sure that up here it's nice and tight. Okay? I got to keep poking my head over the light to see if it's still recording. All right, so, and that is the Scrubby. I'm sorry the video got messed up. So, and not only that, if you look at size comparison too, now I did the exact same number of stitches on this one, exact same number of rows, but look at, your tension is never the same. So, at least my tension is never the same. You know, I'm sure the people that, you know, do the amiguri, I think that's how it's pronounced. You know, the little, I mean, I think she's considered an amiguri. But like if you do, you know, repetitious stuff, then maybe. But if it's like a one-off type of deal, no. It's gonna have issues. Oh, God. My Mac is dirty. All right. Well, I do thank you for joining me today on Shelly Silly Stuff. If you like the content you see, I promise, I hope that my videos will not keep having these issues. I had glitches in the last resin video. This one just completely cut out and missed almost everything. I'm going to try to keep a better eye. I think I have to lower my light. Let me see here. Oh, without knocking things over. Maybe if I lower it like this. There. So if I have it down this low, I can watch the camera and make sure that's recording. But then it's like, this is all you see. All you get is this little box. You don't, I'd have to push Meryl and her sibling, which we still haven't named her sibling. What are we going to name this little guy? Or little sheep. So we got Meryl Sheep, and then the bug-eyed. So, but yeah. So if I have it down this low, this is all you're going to see. And with me, when I crochet, I tend to pull towards me, so it'd be mostly off screen. So I'll figure something out. I'll make it better. I promise. I will try my best. All I can do is try my best. Okay? And so, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. If you do like the projects I do and want to follow my journey, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below if there is any crochet-wise, anything you would like to see, or maybe some stitches. I also do the Tunisian crocheting. That is fun, and it looks really cool. Yes, leave me a comment, things you'd like to see. Please share with friends or family that are also into crocheting or crafts. And I thank you so much for joining me in the Crochet Corner, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.
Well, look at all the silly stuff we made. Hope you had a lovely time here in our corner of the shade. See y'all next Thursday in the Crochet Corner. In the Crochet Corner. Shelly's Silly Stuff.